Ratio and proportion are the very basic things, and types of proportion is already done in 8th standard. Ratio, simplest form of ratio, this maybe you heard, simplest form of the ratio. Okay. Okay, so we'll start with the chapter. Okay, so in the ratio and proportion, this chapter, we are going to cover the points: ratio, properties of ratio, operations on equal ratios, theorem of equal ratios, continuous proportion, and what K method. K method is new for you. Equal ratio is also new for you. Yes. And continuous proportion is also new for you. So ratio and proportion, you know that basic things, types. Now what are the properties? Properties are the ratio of number A and B is written as A as to B or B as to A. Okay, B as to A or A as to B. Numerator, denominator, whatever it is, the ratio is in that form. So A is called the predecessor, that is the first term, and B is called the successor, that is the second term. Whatever the first term, we called it predecessor, and second term we called it successor. In the ratio of two numbers, if the second term is 100, if the second term, that is the denominator, is 100, then we called it as a percent. Suppose you have a 76%, you got 76% in 8th standard. So 76 is the numerator and 100 is the denominator. Okay, and if the second term, 100, second term is a 100, then it is called percentage. Next point, the ratio remains unchanged. The ratio remains unchanged if its terms are multiplied or divided by non-zero number. How it is? Just I'm showing you. Just I'm showing you. Suppose here given 3 as to 4. Here it is given 3 as to 4. And I am multiplying the numerator and denominator if its terms are multiplied or divided by non-zero number. Non-zero number is suppose 2. So I am multiplying both numerator and denominator by 2. What you get? 3 2s are, what you get? 3 2s are 6 and 4 2s are 8. What you get? 3 2s are 6 and 4 2s are 8. Now same here. Suppose I am taking here 12. 12 upon 6 and I divide the both numbers by 2. What you will get? 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 divided by 2, it is 3. So this is the simplest form. We haven't changed anything, but the numbers are changed. The ratio are unchanged. Ratio are unchanged because we multiplied the numerator and denominator with the same non-zero number. That's why the ratio remains unchanged. Okay. So here it is given in the last point, A as to B is equal to AK as to BK. A as to B as to C is equal to AK as to BK as to CK. Suppose we are multiplying the A and B, numerator and denominator, with the same number, it remains unchanged. That K is what? Non-zero number. Next point, the quantities taken in the ratio must be expressed in the same unit. Now, if you have to compare something, and if you have to, these types of question are in the exercises. Suppose one number is given in the kilometer and second number is given in the meter. Can we compare them directly? Can we compare them directly? No, we can't compare them till the both numbers are in the same unit. Can we compare the rupees and paise directly? No. If you convert that rupees in a paisa, then we can compare with paisa and paisa. Otherwise, if you change the paisa into rupees, then we can compare the rupees. Okay, so both quantities should be expressed in a same unit. The next is point is given like that only. The ratio of two quantities is unitless. For example, the ratio of 2 kg and 300 gram is not 2 as to 300. Is not 2. So here the ratio of 2 kg and 300 gram is not 2 as to 3. Is not 2 as to 300 because both numbers having not having the same unit. So we have to convert them into the same unit. So 2 kg will be converted as 200 gram. Okay, 2 kg is converted as a 200 gram. So we can compare them 20 as a 3. Okay, so like this, we will solve the 4.1. So first question from the 4.1. From the following pairs of numbers, find the reduced form of the ratio of first number to the second number. So two numbers are given here, 72 and 60. 72 and 60, take the ratio of them. First number to second means 72 upon 60. Now we have to find out reduced form. मतलब जितना छोटा नंबर हम ले सकते हैं, we have to take it as a reduced form. Means either you can divide it or cut it easily. Okay, so we know that 72 is the 12 6 are 72 and 60 is a 12 5 are 60. So both numbers we can cut here, 12 and 12. So what is remaining? 6 as to 5. Otherwise you can write down here in the form of division also. If you divide 72 by 12 and if you divide 60 by 12, what you get? Same. Okay, so in this way you can write down 12 6 are there, you can cut the 12 and 12. Either 72 is also divided by 12 or 60 also divided by 12. So you will get the simplest form. That is what we call reduced form. Okay, likewise the other sums are there. And one important thing, some questions from these exercises from this chapter are deleted. Yes, I hope you all know that, because reduced portion is already given to you. Just reply, do you know that? Deleted portion from 4.1, what is that? It is from the question number 2, 5, 6 questions are deleted. Yes. Okay, so already the portion is given, deleted portion to you, and you have to follow that. Next question is given, find the reduced form. Find the reduced form of the ratio of the first quantity to the second quantity. Now here you can see, the I took here third sum, 5 liter and 2500 milliliter. 5 liter and 2500 milliliter, both having the different unit, both having the different unit. And we know that 1000 milliliter means 1 liter. We know that 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliter. So convert that liter into milliliter. How will you convert? 5 liter is equal to 5 into 1000 milliliter. 5 liter is equal to 5 into 1000 milliliter, because this is the reason 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliter. Now 5 liter will convert it into 5000 milliliter. Now both have the same unit. We can compare them now. We can take the ratio. So what will be the ratio? 5 liter क्या convert हुआ है? 5000 milliliter. We have to compare it with the 2500 milliliter. So take the ratio of both. 0, 0, 0, 0 will cut. What is remaining? 50 upon 25. And we know that 25 ones are 25, 25 twos are 50. So what is the simplest form, reduced form of this? 2:1. What is that? 2:1. Getting student? Students, do reply. Have you understood? If you wanted to take the reduced form of the two quantities, the quantities unit should be same. Yes, quantity unit should be same. Okay. Now the remaining question of that, from the question number 2, I took the third one. Fifth and sixth are not there, they are deleted. Okay, so you can solve the other two. Other two are in rupees, so you can easily do that. Now the third question. Express the following percentage as a ratio. Express the following percentages as a ratio in the reduced form. Now questions are given in the form of percentages. Questions are given in the form of percentages, and we have to convert them into the reduced form. We have to convert them into the reduced form. अब percentage में दिया है, that means denominator is 100, and we have to make it simple. Okay, so how will you do that? 75 as to 100 means 75 upon 100, that is given. अब हम इसे कैसे लिखेंगे? It is 75%. Yes, 75% means 75 upon 100. This is given in the form of percent. How to convert it into the reduced form? अब क्या करना है? 75 and 100 both numbers are the multiples of 25. Both numbers are multiple of 25. 75, how can you write down 75? 25 into 3, and 100, 25 into 4. So 25, 25 cut, what is remaining? 3 upon 4, so 3:4. यही आपको, if you want to do in a division form, you can easily do it. How can you do it? That 75, divide that 75 by 25, and divide the 100 with 25 again. Just remember that whatever you are multiplying and divide, it should be with the same number. हमें reduce form करना है, so we have to take a division. 75, we know that 25 3 are 75 and 25 4s are 100. So this is what the reduced form. एक तो आप इसको ऐसे फॉर्म में भी लिख सकते हो, मल्टीप्लिकेशन, इधर डू द डिवीजन डायरेक्टली. ओके, getting how to reduce the percentage? Other students? Okay. Next question. Next question is about 0.64%. Now 0.64%. Percent is given, that means denominator should be of 100. Denominator should be of 100. Now just look at here. I already told you how to convert the numbers. Now we have to remove that decimal point. What we have to do? Soham Sarang, just off your video. .64 upon 100. How will you convert it into the simplest without decimal? As this is decimal point before 2 digit, so we have to take it to the right side. So multiply this number by how many zeros? 0.64 into 100. तो पहले हम इसको simplest form में लेके आते हैं. 0.64 into 100 and denominator also by 100. Now, if you multiply this 0.61, 0.64 into 100, so you will get only 64, and denominator have how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is now the simplest. You can easily reduce that. Yes? Very good. So here you can do it. Now we have a simplest form. Just look at here. अब यहाँ से from this step to this step, we use this multiplied with the 100 numerator and denominator. So you got 64 upon 10,000. Now both numbers are even. Both numbers are even. I did here directly. You can do it by divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2 as you wish. Because somewhere it makes difficult to find out the answer of the big number. Okay. So 64 and 10,000. Both numbers are divided by 16. As we know that 64 we can write it down in the form of 16 into 4, and 10,000 is a multiplication of 16 into 625. Okay, 16 into 4 and denominator 16 into 625. If it is possible, you know it directly, you can do it directly. Otherwise, both are the even numbers. Divide them by 2, 4. Okay, like this. Dhanashri. Switch off your video. Now both numbers having numerator and denominator 16. Okay. So cut it. What is remaining? Simplest form. 4 upon 625. 4 upon 625. Now 4 is the even number and 625 is the odd number. So common number is not there. So this is what the last answer. 4 as to 625. 4 as to 625 is the last number. Okay. This is the simplest form. Wait a minute. So here it is done. Okay. Have you understood? Have you understood how to convert it? Till here, any doubt to anybody, just ask me now. Otherwise, we will do this same some sums in a revision also. Don't worry. Okay, fine. Okay. So I'll move forward with the fourth question. Now here this question is about the proportion. This question is about the proportion. Before that, let me clear some things, basic things about the proportion. Now we know that there are two types of proportion. Which one? Direct and inverse. Yes. So I'm just giving you one question. Yes, very good, Sneha. I'm giving you a simple form, that is the example of direct proportion, and second example of the inverse proportion. Direct proportion. Suppose in a class there are 5 students and I have to give them 2 notebooks each. Okay, 2 notebooks each. So how many notebooks we want? 5 students and 2 notebooks each. How many notebooks I must have? Yes, Neha. Other students don't know. What should be the calculation? If I wanted to distribute 2 notebooks to each person, each student, and 5 students are there. How notebook should I have? I think out of 3 to 4 students just know. 3 to 4 students just know how many notebooks should be required. Only Bhumi, Shalini, and Aryan. Other students don't know how many notebooks will required. Okay. Now, if the number of students are 10, and still I have to give them 2 notebooks. So what should be the number of notebooks? It's 20. Means number of students are increasing, number of notebooks are also increasing. Yes, number of students are increasing, number of notebooks are also increasing. Both numbers are going in a increasing form. Students and notebooks. Okay. Now, so this is, if both things are increasing, then it is called the direct proportion. Then it is called direct proportion. Okay. Now the next example is of inverse. Suppose one project is given some students, that is a group of 2 students. Group of 2 students, I gave a work of the math project. Okay. So group of 2, and they will complete the project in 2 days. 2 students are complete the project in 2 days. Now the number of students are 4. How many days they will complete a project? Yes. So as the number of students are increasing, the working hours are decreasing. Yes. Very good, Sneha. You said 2. 2 students are there also do the work in 2 days, and 4 students also do that work same work in 2 days. How it is? As the number of students are increasing, the work pressure less. That's why they will complete the work in a less time. Yes. Yes. So here, as the number of students are increasing, work pressure is less, hence the number of days are also decreasing. Getting? Number of students are increasing and number of days are decreasing. So this is what the inverse. This is called inverse proportion. This is called inverse proportion. So this is what the basic difference in direct and inverse proportion. Getting? Sure. In a direct proportion, 2 things are increasing. In an inverse proportion, one is increasing, second is decreasing. Okay. On this basis, now I am going to take the 4th question from the exercise. Okay, here you can see the question. 3 persons can build a small house in 8 days. How many days? 8 days. How many persons? 3 persons or 3 men. To build the same house in a 6 days, they have to complete the same work in a 6 days. How many persons are required? Obviously, previously they completed, 3 persons are completing this work in 8 days. Now they have to complete that same work in 6 days. Getting? So which type of proportion is it? Which type of proportion? Inverse. Yes. So here the inverse proportion is given. Number of days are decreasing. Obviously, how many person required? अगर 3 लोग एक काम को 8 दिन में कंप्लीट करते हैं और वही काम हमें 6 दिन में कंप्लीट करना है, तो ऑब्वियसली हमें मैन पावर ज्यादा लगेगा. Yes, obviously the manpower we need more. So this is what the inverse proportion. So what we have to find out, how many persons are required. So we'll consider X person or X men. Suppose X men will construct the house in a 6 days. Okay, we don't know the number, so we take it as a X. Suppose X-Men will construct the same house in a 6 days, as it is the inverse proportion. Okay. So previously, 8 persons are completed the same work. 3 persons are completed the same work in 8 days. So 3 into 8. Now the same work, we have this X persons have to complete in a 6 days. So this is what the inverse proportion. So X we have to find out. So keep it as it is, and just look at here. 3 into 8, and this 6 is in a multiplication, it will be in a division. Okay. So 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, 2 ones are 2, 2 fours are 8. Getting? So here the answer is 4. So how many persons will complete that work in a 6 days? 4 persons will complete that work in a 6 days. 4 men will construct the same house in a 6 days. Whenever the inverse function, inverse proportion is there, we have to do this type of multiplication. Okay. So have you understood? Okay. So here the fourth question is completed, and fifth question I'm going to take. Wait. Fifth question is there, and after that seventh, fifth and sixth are there, and seventh and eighth both are deleted from a portion slash sum seventh and eighth. Okay. So now fifth question. Convert the following ratio into percentage. Convert the following ratio into percentage. Previously, in the second question, they gave the percentage and they told to reduce it. Now the reduced form is given and we have to convert it into percentage. We have to convert it into percentage. How will you convert? Percentage means denominator should be 100. Now we have a number 15 upon 25. How the 25 will convert to 100? When we multiplied with 4. When we multiply that 25 by 4. अगर हम डिनोमिनेटर को 4 से मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हैं, so we have to multiply numerator also, because we can't change the ratio. Okay. So 25 into 4 is 100 and 15 into 4 is 60. So what is the percentage? 60 upon 100 means 60%. 60 upon 100 means 60%. Getting? To convert into the percentage, there must be the denominator must be 100, and whatever the number in the denominator, that is 25, convert it into the 100. How will you convert it? By multiplying by 4. If you are multiplying the denominator by 4, we have to multiply the same number to the numerator. So 15 fours are 16 and 25 fours are 100. So here it is 60%. Okay. So I hope till here it is clear. Till here it is clear, student. Just reply. Okay. From the fifth question, I am going to take one more again. To convert into the percentage. How to convert into the percentage? Just look at here, 546 upon 600. Now we have to convert into percentage. That means denominator should be 100. Okay. How will you convert that 600 into 100? How will you convert that 600 into 100? Divide by what? Divide that 600 by 6. Very good. Divide that 600 by 6. Very good. Now, as 600 is divided by 6, what you will get? 100. So, same step we have to follow with the numerator. Okay? Understood this much? If you want to convert that 600 into 100, divide it by 6. As we are dividing the same number by 6, so divide the numerator also by 6. Now just tell me 546 divided by 6. What is the answer? Very good. It is 91. So 91 upon 100, that means it is how much percent? 91%. Understood now? Okay. Now some students are not understood the fourth one. Inverse proportion. Inverse proportion. How to take the inverse proportion? Direct proportion is take in the ratio. Direct proportion is take in the ratio to find out. जैसे कि 4 upon 6 x upon 9. This is what the direct proportion. To find out the inverse proportion, we have to take multiplication. अब multiplication कैसे लेंगे? 3 persons complete the same work in 8 days. 3 persons complete the same work in 8 days. So how many persons will complete the same work in 6 days? Getting? This is the method to find out the x in an inverse proportion. Okay. 16 is what, Samartha? Just look at here, number of person, number of men, or number of person, and number of days. How many person will complete the same work? Yes, 3 persons will complete the work in 8 days. So how many? Suppose X person will complete the same work in 6 days. Now take the multiplication of this and both are equal. Okay. Now how to solve this? How to solve this? X is equal to what? 3 into 8. This 6 in a multiplication, on the next side it is in a division. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. Okay. 2 ones are 2, 2 fours are 8. So how many men will required? 4 person will complete the same work in a 6 days. Yes? Getting? Okay.